Hello. I'm starting to show my hexagon quilt and how you go about starting one. I get really nervous talking because I always feel like I have to say something every second of my video. This is only my third video on this channel, so please bear with me. But so this is my hexagon quilt. It's almost 80 by 80, which is a queen size. And so you take the little hexagons. Let me show you. I have one here. I have two sewn together here. And I have different fabrics. I have this fabric that I like in the quilt. Some of these are really old because this quilt is from 2004. And what you do is you use papers. These are 1-inch hexagon papers, and I've learned that I try and use each of them a bunch of times, but I bought them online, all these hexagons, and some people cut them into hexagons, the fabric, but I use 2.5 by 2.5 to make my hexagons. Here's one here. And so these are brand new. I haven't used them yet because I'm trying to be thrifty and use my old ones. And what you do first, you take your piece of fabric. Yellow's probably not a good fabric to use because you can't really see it. Let me get a different one. Here's this beautiful one. So you take your pin and pin the center to hold the hexagon on the paper. So you have the paper piecing here, the fabric here, and then I have this one here to show better. You take your needle with a knot, and you start folding back the fabric, and you come through. Some people do it a little differently so that they can reuse the papers without the holes in them, but since I started this 10 years ago, I've always gone through the paper, but I can reuse them still. And so you go down. This is just holding the papers in place before you sew them onto the panel. So I'll finish it up so you can see what it looks like finished. And then I'll show you how I have been sewing them onto my quilt. Just let me finish this. Like I said, I get nervous because I feel like I have to talk every second of the video. Okay, so then here's my little hexagon. I can take the pin out now, but you cannot take the paper out. Whoops. You can't take the paper out. You have to leave the paper in there until you have the total hexagon shape sewn. So let me move my papers off my quilts so I can show you how you go about doing that. So my name is Nancy, and this is my second video on my new channel. It's going to be related to crafting and hopefully slow stitching. And so, oh goodness. So right here, you can see that I haven't sewn it onto the blanket. So I have my little needle and thread here, and all you do is you start, I guess they call it whip stitch, but I do mine more than a whip stitch. I do a stitch and then I go under. And so this is one sturdy quilt. This is the back side of the quilt. I haven't taken out some of the papers. You can see the papers are still in there. But once you have the edge done, you can take the papers out, and it's a lot more flexible and easier to work with. Let me move my camera down a little bit. She said, the quilting lady said I have fabrics from like 1990 in here. And some of my favorites are this one here. And I did one with ants. So you try and, when you have a hexagon quilt or a, not sure what they call it, go find me quilt or something, you try and put something in there that somebody can find. Like right here I have a little cow, and maybe somebody could write in the comments what it's called. I can't remember. It's let me see if I have another cow. Let's see, I know I have, oh, here's some little chickens. And basically she said that I still need like 2 more rows to make it 80 by 80 to make a queen size, and then she'll quilt it for me, and then I'll show you the finished quilt once it's quilted. I hope that gives you a little insight as to how to do paper piecing.